I've really been into the idea of creating a digital garden these days where you can delight in having your own little space on the internet. And that's how I fell into the rabbit hole of web development and JavaScript. From the start, I knew that I didn't just want to use some pre-made template from Wix or Squarespace, which left me with no other choice but to learn programming. I have had experience making silly games with JavaScript before, but that was way back in high school and I have not touched that language since I was 13. In other words, I went into this project with 2% programming knowledge and 98% willpower. Day 0. I first did a quick scroll through the Reddits, watched some guides on web development, and watched videos of other creators on how they made their websites. Specifically, I watched Char's video on how she made her website and decided I should also use React because that's what she used. Anyways, I watched a couple more videos on React and decided I was ready, and this is where everything started going downhill. Apparently, to install React, you had to open the Windows terminal, and of course, I was like, what's a terminal? So I spent the rest of the day trying to figure out how to open a terminal, and then I struggled a few more hours on the installation process. Week 1. I finally got React up and working, yes! And I watched a video on how to make a website. I followed that, did the typical hello world, added some pictures and buttons, and bam, I was now a web development expert. At that point, I was feeling pretty confident and decided I could get to making the actual website of my dreams. So I drew up some drafts for how I wanted it to look like. First option was a more minimalist look. I would have my icon here and then a short about me section beside it. Then below I would place all of my buttons leading to my socials and personal projects. Very simple but doable. However, I felt that it was lacking in creativity, which kind of beats the purpose of this project in the first place. I wanted to make a personal and unique space on the web that would feel like a cozy nook you could stumble upon. So I opted for the second option, where the landing page would display a mock-up of my real-life workspace. On the center, you would have my monitor, which would display the About Me section, and behind it would be posters lining the wall containing links to all my socials and projects. Week 3. After discovering CSS and animations, I went a bit crazy. I gave the landing page an ease-in type of situation animation for drama and thought that the Mish text was looking boring, so I gave it a floating animation too. And so far you might be thinking, hey, that's smooth sailing right there. But trust me, the reality is very much different. For the past hour, I've been trying to get all of this text here inside here. Like, I've just been doing trial and error to get it inside there for the past 3, 4 hours. Just won't go freaking inside, and I don't know how I'm supposed to calculate the exact coordinates so it goes inside there. So I've just been playing around, hoping that it'll just get inside. Please. Please. Okay, guys, it's finally where I want it to be. Okay, now I just needed to rotate a little bit. Now that's my problem. I think I need to get my freaking protractor out for this. Like, do I need my protractor for this, huh? Do I need to measure the angle at which... God, I hate this. I really just... Next chapter, which leads to this, that's not supposed to be there. So I have to get rid of this next chapter button, which I'm pretty sure will be fine. Like, I'll get it done. I think, right? It's gonna be okay. Probably. I don't know. I just kinda... I don't care. I don't really care. Like, what's wrong with you? What do you want from me? What do you want? Just tell me. Okay, just tell me. So this is the new feature I added, where if the browser size becomes smaller, then some of the features here on the right and left, they become different, in a smaller browser size. So I learned this from looking at Charlene Yap's website, and I got the inspiration from there, so thanks so much to her. But pretty much, let's say if this browser becomes smaller, then you don't see the text on the left and right anymore. I removed that because they become janky. When the browser size becomes smaller, the text just goes all over the place, which doesn't look very good. So instead I opted for icons here. So on the left you'll have those same links. Hopefully they work. Yes, they do. And here you have commissions and coffee. And when you go back to the original browser size, they just fade in. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. That's like the best thing I've done yet. So that is my magnum opus. Unfortunately, I don't think I can top this one anytime soon. So proud of that one. Week 13. By now, I'd finished all of the necessary rudiments to my site, and I really could have decided to end it at that, but I just needed to add one more thing, just one more. So I decided to add music and a dark mode. For the chapters, I added a button that would allow you to toggle between light and dark mode. Thankfully, I didn't have to scour through 20 tutorials to get this one right. Next, I also wanted to have background music playing throughout the site, so I added background music and a button that would allow you to mute it as well. Week 14. By now, I made sure everything was working and then cleaned up the code for any redundancies and just tried to make it run more efficiently. Emphasis on tried. Week 15. It's finally time to publish the website. To deploy the site, I first used Netlify. Unfortunately, my site kept failing to build because apparently I had imports in my code that I wasn't using. No wonder I kept getting those warnings. Anyways, I cleaned up the code some more, but stuff kept breaking because I messed around with it too much, so I kept having to redeploy and it kept failing to build, and then I would just try again. Anyways, never mind that. I finally got everything to work. Then I had my friend who majors in computer engineering to check if anything was buggy. Then they gave me the go signal and I decided everything was good. And this time they recommended I use Vercel instead, so I deployed the website on Vercel, and here we are. I'm pretty proud of the final product, and if you want to check out the website for yourself, the link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to never do this again. Bye!